This is a 22 by 24 foot garage that I disassembled this summer. It came up for sale on Marketplace. We don't have a garage, we want a garage, and this seemed like a good way to get both basically a design and materials for a pretty low cost. Obviously, significant effort, but you can see it's in really good shape. Siding needs a little paint, but other than that, it's really nice. The roof was in great shape. Unfortunately, I did have to scrap the roof. I could not figure out how to save that, but there was no water damage. Everything on the inside was well protected, well preserved. So I spent about a month disassembling this piece by piece. You'll see a lot of those pictures coming up. I didn't take much video because I was on somebody else's property. You can see the interior framing. This is a pole barn style building with those 6x6 posts just set into the ground. No concrete. There's a 2x12 box beam on either side holding up the eaves. The first step in demolition was to remove the doors and windows and all the interior hardware for the door openers, lights, wiring, all that stuff, so I could then start to take down the actual structure. Okay, almost 2 hours in. I've got the garage doors and the windows and everything all in the truck, and I need to take down all the hardware, all the garage door hardware, and I think I'm going to make a run back to the house with all this stuff. Just had a big day yesterday. We got the roof sheathing off. We got all the rafter ties out. So that's what those are right there. So the interior is all opened up. I've got a scissor lift coming next weekend to take down the rafters. So this is all ready for that. Siding is off on the back. And about half of this right side. Today I'm going to be finishing up the siding, getting that all down, and maybe starting on wall girts. We'll see. We'll see how the progress goes. making some good progress. I've got a lift here today to take down the roof. I just took down the end rafters that went mediocre. They're down. It wasn't so hard. The only thing is that this one broke. You can see it split right at the bird's mouth. And it split when I dropped it. So gotta be extra careful not to do that so that I don't lose too many of these things. Those are like 18 feet long, I guess, something like that. 2x8s. So, but I got this end wall down. I'm gonna move to the next end wall, get that down. I'm also gonna be building a structure to help support the ridge beam while I take down the rafters. Got one support up. See, I don't know if you can see up there, but there's a pulley on a bracket. I'll show you a little closer up than the other one. It's 2x8s, 2x6s, I guess. One screwed to this post, and this one going this way for stiffness. These are about 20 footers, so it gets me up above the ridge. These are actually the rafter ties. Just using a couple of those. I think I'm gonna put a diagonal brace in this way, and I think I'm gonna tie it to maybe from here back to that. Where are we? Back to that wall over there, just to kind of give it some rigidity that way. Let's show you what we got going on here. I've got this steel bracket bolted to the post with a lifting eye bolted to the bracket. This is a structural carabiner, 5,000 pound. Got a block, tackle, whatever, 600 pound capacity. This beam weighs probably about 100 pounds, so there's gonna be one on the other end. Nothing worries me here. Got my wire rope. Yes, I'm missing a nut. It fell off between the ground and here, so I gotta come up and get that back on. But and then down here, I just put a couple screws to trap that so this doesn't slide either way. I'm gonna have one on the other end, and then this will be tensioned like this and tied off down at the bottom, just to keep this thing up in the air while I take off all the rafters. And once the rafters are off, we can lower this down a little bit at a time in hopefully a safe manner. that's a big day. Roof is entirely down. My pulleys worked flawlessly. That's the ridge board right there on the ground. Still got to clean that up, but it's getting late. I'll be back tomorrow to take down these two remaining walls. Got the front and the back, and got a little bit of bracing to take care of, but for the most part, the hard work is done. The lift worked perfectly. No issues with that. A little tight squeezing it in places, but it did the job. Very, very happy. One thing I have to take care of is getting all the nails out of these sheets of plywood. I've got like about 20 sheets, I think. I don't know if you can see all the nails, but there's a lot. So I'm just set up here on the sawhorses, pounding them out, and I'm gonna stack them up in the shed. I think I've got 4 done. I've got a bunch to go. That wraps up this phase of the project. Next steps are to get some plans put together for permitting and get my building site prepared. Stick around till the end, see a little sneak peek of what we've got coming up. Thanks for watching. Moving 24-foot lumber with a short bed pickup. Not advised. Luckily I'm only going a couple hundred feet, but alright, there it is. That is the entirety of this garage, all stacked up, ready for reconstruction. Got all the siding and larger boards, these 24-foot 2x12s all down the bottom here. I'm hoping this tin roofing keep it all dry. I'm leaving the sides open so that it can breathe and not get all moldy in there. I've got it sitting up on cinder blocks with some timbers, plastic on the ground to try to keep the moisture from coming up onto the ground. So hopefully this keeps it preserved. It'll probably be here for maybe a year to 18 months. So I'll be checking on it throughout the year, and if something needs to change, I'll do that. But that wraps this project up.